The first PBA event is here. We are going to Delaware for the PBA Delaware Open, and here's everything you need to know about the tournament before it gets kicked off. First of all, if you like what we do here, make sure to subscribe. It's the easiest way to help me out, to support me, and then you get notified every time a video goes live. Also, it is free. So this week we have the PBA Delaware Classic. This is the very first event of the PBA Tour season, and this is the first event where any exempt players can get into the event for free. For anybody else, it's about $500. So if you weren't aware what entry fees were like in the PBA, that's what one singular tournament is. So this tournament's very interesting. We are bowling on a slightly modified cheetah oil pattern. I'll have it on the screen right now. This one is very, very interesting. So the cheetah oil pattern is 35 feet, very, very flat, but there's one very interesting piece to this, the oil volume. It is almost 37 mils. That is an absurd amount of oil. Now it's only on 35 feet of the lane. The rest of the lane is completely dry. So what's going to be the big ball of the week? Urethane. Any urethane ball is going to be thrown all day, every event. Probably not all day. They're going to have to switch over to something else later on, but this is going to be a urethane player's dream come true. This is going to be the kickoff of the season. Is just going to be a lot of people throwing urethane for the first couple games, probably trying to wiggle through all of the blocks, only throwing it, but then having to switch over to some stronger equipment later on into the day. The bowling balls we should expect to see are a ton of IQ 78s, unfortunately, a ton of black hammer urethanes. We're going to see maybe some levels, probably a bunch of tank rampage pearls from the motive guys, maybe some yellow jackets from the motive guys. And then we're going to go to things like probably Ion Maxes, XLs. You're going to see maybe some Black Widow 3.0s, maybe the Black Widow 3.0 Mania if we end up getting lucky enough. Otherwise, maybe an Evoke, probably a billion Venom Shocks because that's what you do as a motive guy. You throw a Venom Shock. Now, the format of this tournament is really, really interesting in my opinion. I'm going to go through it. I'll be looking at my other screen, so apologies. But we're starting with 6 games of qualifying on the first day. We're taking a lunch break, and then we're coming back for 6 more games of qualifying. That'll all be on the fresh, so it's only 6 games on the oil pattern, and then they fully re-oil, so you're not really bowling on a super burn or everything. But then the next day, we're going to another 6 games of qualifying. This is the third set of qualifying. We're going to have 24 total games. We're cutting the field down then to the top 24 bowlers. So the 24 bowlers are going to have a really fun time. We're going kind of World Series of Bowling style where we're putting them in a giant bracket. It's going to be a 24-person bracket where we're going to have all of the top, what is that, top 16 bowlers end up getting buys, I believe, or top 8 possibly. I haven't seen the bracket yet. They haven't really announced it, so we're not sure. But it's going to be best of 7 match play. So you're going to be competing against head-to-head, one-on-one against another bowler, where every match is a new set. So pin totals don't matter. You just need to win 4 times out of 7 to be able to move on to the next round. And they're going to keep doing this until we get to 4 bowlers remaining. When we're down to 4, we're going to go over to a TV show. We're going to have the 4 bowlers and then whoever the highest seed was of an eliminated bowler. So if somebody was a 1 seed and they got eliminated before they made the final 4, then they are going to be able to make it into the step ladder. So the number 1 seed has a massive advantage to be able to make the step ladder. Now that's only if they make that final round of 8. So it's going to take all of the seeds of the round of 8. And then the highest one who loses makes the TV show. So that's a pretty good assurance policy if you do really well in qualifying. So there's a lot of notable bowlers to look out for. Anyone who's good with urethane, which is a lot of the tour, but I would expect a lot of two-handers to really smoke this event. You're going to see the Jason Belmontes and the Simos of the world probably absolutely crush it. You might see a Darren Tang sighting being a fantastic urethane bowler. Another name, of course, EJ Tackett. You just put EJ on the tour and he's going to dominate it. But another one we should watch out for are the lefties. Graham Fa. We should expect a little bit of Jesper Svensson because those guys love their urethane and they're just going to be able to play with that the entire day on the short pattern. They might be able to absolutely whack them. So those are our notable players that we want to look out for. The tournament runs from January 21st to the 25th, and the time of the telecast will be on FS1, 5 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, January 25th. So make sure to go at least check out the telecast. If you want to watch all of qualifying from the 21st to the 25th, you can go check that out on Bowl TV. That's what I will be doing. I'll be giving you guys a recap next week of the winner, of the losers, of what we see for good bowling balls, what we see of bowling balls that don't work, and so on and so on. But make sure to subscribe so you stay notified next time we have more PBA news.